Hey everybody, Sinister Lex here. Today we're talking about the 3 questions you need to ask on your interview calls if you want to be able to earn higher rates and bigger gigs on Upwork. Before we get into that, remember to rate, comment, subscribe, click that get notification bell if you want my notifications. Remember the Discord chat below, it's free if you want to hang out with freelancers, talk freelance with people who are making money, people who are making progress every single day. It's free. It's in the link below the video. Now, we were talking about this in Discord yesterday. I was talking about it on a video call in Discord. Question came up about what kind of questions should you be asking on the calls. I don't know if you've seen my other videos, you probably know a little bit about my sales process. I really don't consider it a sales process, but it's really a discovery process on these calls. You get on the calls, I tell people you go through rapport, you go through discovery questions, you go through qualifying questions, you go through and you can roll out your sale if you want to tell them your price. But really what I try and get through students' minds is that you don't even have to do this in a specific order. You don't have to say, okay, I'm in rapport stage, now I'm in discovery stage, and I have to ask the discovery questions. You don't need to do that. That comes with experience. You'll get that over time. But when you're starting out, when you're just getting on these calls for the first time, all you have to remember is to ask questions. If you do nothing else but ask questions about their business on this call, it doesn't even matter what those questions are. If you just ask questions, they're going to start to like you. They're going to start to feel like you understand them. You're asking questions about them. You're going to learn eventually about what questions to ask, but it has to start somewhere. So it's just asking questions. When you get on the call, greet them. Hi, hey, how are you? Let's talk about your business. Let me ask you some questions. And then just ask them questions. You can prepare these if you want, but most of the time, in my experience, you'll forget the questions. So I want to give you 3 questions specifically that I ask and tell you what I don't really use on these calls. Just kind of, maybe this will help clear some things up for you, maybe narrow it down in your mind. What I don't ask on calls is why. I'm not asking why isn't your business doing what you wanted to do? Why didn't other freelancers work out for you? Ooh, did my stomach growl? I don't know if you guys could hear that. Hopefully not. My stomach just growled like crazy. You don't want to ask why questions because why questions lead to victimized answers. And victims of society, of the world, of business, woe is me kind of people, that's what you get from why questions. They start giving you all the reasons why stuff isn't happening. I mean, they could be useful in some situations. I don't really use why as a go-to question. I also don't use who or when. Those are kind of questions for after the sale. So like what kind of deadlines do you have? Those aren't things that I really talk about too much on the call. I want to move them forward. This call, let me paint it for you like this. This call is a discovery call. This call should be for you to learn about their business, to find out what they're doing, what they need help with, and if you can help them. So the 3 questions you need to ask are what, how, and have you considered? That's the 3 questions. Now let's talk about each of these. What is going to be, what do you need help with? What is the problem right now? What's not working right now in your business? What do you think needs to happen in order for you to make progress? What would a good outcome look like after working with me? What is it you want to accomplish with my copywriting, web design, etc.? The what question is something I always go to. If you turn to what questions, you can find out a lot about their business. You can ask good quality business questions that are on track toward your ultimate outcome. Now, same thing with how. How do you see us working together moving forward? How do you think this problem is affecting different areas of your business and life? How do you think your life is going to be in a month from now if you let this go on like it is? If you don't take care of this now, how is that going to be for you? How do you imagine things will be if everything goes great, I build you this website or I write you this copy and it converts at 50%, how is that going to change your business and life? So that's the how questions. What first, also how questions. Doesn't matter what order. You can ask what, you can ask how, you can play with them and change them around. The last question are the have you considered questions. So have you considered using social media for your business? Have you considered email marketing to funnel people in? Have you considered inbound marketing instead of doing outbound marketing? Have you considered adding a blog in addition to your emails? Have you considered using a sales page? When you ask, have you considered questions, this is where you start to reveal new problems. So the what and how, those are like positioning you as a professional, as an expert, somebody who understands them or at least wants to understand their business and cares about them. What and how. Those are going to land you the initial sale. So let's say the project is a landing page. You're going to build them a landing page. You're going to ask what and how questions leading up to closing that sale. But you want to make this into something bigger, right? You want more, you want to work with this client ongoing. You want to be able to draw out more services if they need help with other things. So if they have a landing page, for instance, well, how do people get to your landing page? There's a how question, right? How do people get to your landing page? Well, they use Facebook ads. Or if they don't have a plan for how they get to the landing page, if they just have a landing page, you might ask, have you ever considered running Facebook ads? And then you would go into, how would you handle that? Or, you could ask, would you want a copywriter for that? But just asking, have you considered Facebook ads? Have you considered having a freebie email opt-in, so when they hit that landing page, they opt into your email and they start into an inbound system? When you ask these questions, they're going to say, no, I've never really considered that, but I think that I could really use that. Is that something you can help with? That's where this is all leading. And then you're going to say, of course, yes, I can. That is something I can help you with. When you ask, have you considered? You bring things to the front of their mind that weren't there before. They start to think about other parts of their funnel. Whereas when they came to you for this initial job, they were focused on this one thing that they think is the bottleneck for their business. But really, this is a bigger, wider world of systems and processes. If you're not running Facebook or Google ads to this landing page, how are you getting traffic there? If you have no traffic, obviously you're not going to convert. And once they get on that page, they need to have a reason to opt in. And then once they opt in, there's a whole series of emails that needs to go out to those people to keep them on track toward the sale. So there's different parts of this. If you're not asking them, have you considered, you're not going to reveal if they need help with those other parts where you may be able to add value to their business and in the process earn more money. That's how this whole thing works. If you don't remember anything else, just remember to ask questions on the call. But if you can at least remember these 3 questions, what, how, and have you considered, you're going to make a lot more money and you're going to have a much better time as a freelancer. That's all I've got for this one. Let me know any questions you have in a comment down below. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, click that get notification bell if you want my notifications. Drop down in the Discord chat and hang out with us. I'm Sinister Lex, and I will see you next time.